First, I'd like to say a few words about the situation in Iran. The United States and the international community have been appalled and outraged by the threats, the beatings, and imprisonments of the last few days. I strongly condemn these unjust actions.
You said about Iran that you were appalled and outraged. What took you so long to say those words?
I don't think that's accurate. Track what I've been saying. Right after the election, I said we had profound concerns about the nature of the election, but that it was not up to us to determine what the outcome was. We were very clear in saying that violence was unacceptable. So we've been very consistent the first day, and we're going to continue to be consistent in saying this is not an issue about the United States. This is about the Iranian people.
Some Republicans on Capitol Hill, John McCain and Lindsey Graham, for example, have said that up to this point, your response on Iran has been timid and weak. Today, it sounded a lot stronger. It sounded like the kind of speech John McCain has been urging you to give. Were you influenced at all by John McCain and Lindsey Graham accusing you of being timid and weak?
What do you think? I think that all of us want justice to prevail, but only I'm the President of the United States. I've got responsibilities in making certain we are continually advancing our national security interests, that we are not used as a tool to be exploited by other countries. You know, members of Congress, they've got their constitutional duties. I'm sure they will carry them out in the way that they think is appropriate. I'm President of the United States, and I'll carry out my duties as I think are appropriate.
You have avoided twice spelling out consequences. Why won't you spell out the consequences that the Iranians...
Because I think, Chuck, that we don't know yet how this thing is going to play out. I know everybody here is on a 24-hour news cycle. I'm not. Healthcare.
Two of the key players in the insurance industry sent a letter to the Senate this morning saying that a government health insurance plan would, quote, dismantle, end quote, private insurers. Why are they wrong? And secondly, is this public plan, is this non-negotiable?
For us to be able to say, here's a public option that's not profit-driven, that can keep down administrative costs, that provides you good quality care for a reasonable price, as one of the options for you to choose, I think that makes sense.
Drive private insurers out of business?
Well, why would it drive private insurers out of business? If private insurers say the marketplace provides the best quality health care, that they're offering a good deal, then why is it that the government, which they say can't run anything, suddenly is going to drive them out of business? That's not logical. That defies logic, which is why I think you've seen in the polling data overwhelming support for a public plan. Jake Tack.
Before I ask my question, I'm wondering if you could actually answer David's. Is the public plan non-negotiable?
Well, that's your question. Well, you think you're going to... What, are you the ombudsman for the White House press corps? What's your question? Is that your question?
Well, then I have a two-part question. Is the public plan non-negotiable? And while I appreciate your Spock-like language about the logic of a health care plan and the public plan, it does seem logical to a lot of people that if the government is offering a cheaper health care plan, lots of employers will want to have their employees covered by that cheaper plan, which will not have to be for-profit, unlike private plans, and may possibly benefit from some government subsidies.
First of all, was the reference to Spock, is that a crack on my ears? All right, I just want to make sure. No?
Never make fun of your ears.
In answer to David's question, which you co-opted, it's too early to say that. Right now, I will say that our position is that a public plan makes sense. If what the insurance companies are saying is true, that they're doing their best to serve their customers, that they're in the business of keeping people well, giving them security when they get sick, they should be able to compete. All right? Thank you, guys.